Happy Tuesday. So yeah, I really like him. I just saw that one for the first time and I was like, oh man, that's awesome. I gotta see this big, you know what I mean? Alright, here we are. Gonna play some Stanley Parable today. This game is awesome. It's really funny. It's very silly and interesting. We'll be going through the story multiple times. I'll give you that. If you've never seen this, it's awesome. I'm hoping you enjoy it. I think you'll really like it then. So, and if you want, just let me know if you ever want me to make a decision in the middle of it, because we'll go through the same story multiple times. And the whole point of this is that there's a narrator, and you don't have to do what he says, and he'll respond if you don't. So, it's really fun to stop listening to him at different points and to listen to him and not listen to him, you know, just depending on what the thing he's telling you to do is or whatever. It's very interesting. There's so many endings to it. So certainly there should be enough to explore for at least 2 hours, I think. So another funny thing about this game is that it has an achievement that you can only get if you don't play the game for 5 years. And I've never gotten it because I play it too often, but it's just funny that it exists on this game. Such a silly thing. I want to check the poll really quick for story time. Looks like we can still use some more votes in there. Stella, have you voted on story time yet? Looks like you have not. Definitely take a look at those when you got some time. Have you played through all endings yourself? I've never looked it up to make sure that I did, but I played through a lot of them. But I'm sure there are probably some that I missed because I'm not much of a completionist, but it would be cool to end up seeing them all. Okay, so yeah, no problem, but you got plenty of time. Got a whole week from now. But yeah. Anyways, also I wanted to mention too something about what I've been watching today. I've been checking out lately. I've been checking out Wild RP on Twitch. It's really interesting. It's Red Dead Redemption, but people are role playing on the server. It's a lot like the GTA roleplay, if anybody's familiar with that. But I was watching this one guy earlier, and he was just doing such a good job. It was really like watching a TV show or something. He was like this posh British timid guy in the Wild West, and just like all the people he was meeting and how they were treating him, and just it was so awesome and very interesting. He was doing such a good job. And so definitely, if you're interested in watching people roleplay Wild West stuff, check out anybody who has Wild RP in their title on Red Dead Redemption 2 on Twitch. It's pretty interesting. Almost all of them are pretty good at it. It's pretty cool. Wasn't there one that was a personal favorite of yours on the last poll, but not this poll? But yeah, I think it was Stanley Parable, probably. Let me check it out. Oh, not on the last one, no. Because Detroit Become Human, I've never played it, but I'm sure I'd like it because it's from the same people who made Heavy Rain. And I loved Heavy Rain. Heavy Rain was so interesting. If you've never seen that, maybe we can try to get that on the channel sometime. And Paradise Lost was the other one, and I just had found that, and it seemed pretty cool. Let's see. But yeah, I had Stanley Parable on the list before that, though, with Call of the Sea. And I've done Undertale again for this next one. Undertale's a really good story. It's pretty cool. The Night Call and the Flower Collectors seems pretty interesting. They're both like detective-y type games. The Flower Collectors is like anthropomorphic animals or whatever. It's like the animals that are people. So it's almost like BoJack Horseman-y. And then the other one is Night Call, which is more like a noir detective story where you're like a taxi driver that gets pulled into solving a murder. Pretty interesting. Yeah, definitely check out the trailers for sure. At least enough to know if you'd want to check it out. I'm sure we'll end up getting to all of them at some point, and you get 2 votes, remember. You vote on up to 2 of them. And we'll pick the most that we want to get to. I just felt like that would be more fair to have 2 votes, you know? I don't know why, because like you get like a second chance at your vote being the winning vote, I guess, somehow. I don't know. Whatever. Well, how many people we got hanging out? Looks like it might just be me and you, Stella. Well, that's alright. Looks like we're firing on all cylinders here. Twitch looks totally fine. I think that setting I figured out the other day has really just fixed everything. It's been pretty awesome. You know what? My light looks a little orange. Maybe I can fix that. There we go. Now I'm not so orange. My light, the wrong color temperature. It used to be 5600 Kelvin. Part of the early crew forever. Hell yeah, I love that. See, we gotta get, once we get custom emotes, we gotta get an early crew emote so you can spam that. That'll be cool. And hopefully I'll get it to where it'll pop up on the screen and move around. I think the emotes already do pop up on the screen now. They're just so tiny, and I need to see if I can make bigger. But yeah, I remember to do that sometime. Oh, one thing I did today that was pretty cool was now on I don't have any links for it yet, but in our Streamlabs merch store, I did put the logo in there. So now I don't really suggest it because they're kind of boring, but there's logo t-shirts, logo sweatshirts, and logo coffee mugs on our merch store now. And I just kind of positioned the logo like where the top corner pocket thing would be. And I thought that was kind of cool though. But I was trying to get ready to see once, because I wanted to work with Shyla to see if she wanted to do work for us for a shirt, so to be on the merch store. So I got to contact her about that, but I wanted to get that part figured out before I actually request the commission, you know what I'm saying? So, anyways, you ready to get started? Let's do this. Alright, let's pause DJ Cutman. We love his stuff, but we gotta get into this story. Right, her art is amazing. That's why I think it would be great. And she said that she wanted to start doing art for shirts. So that would definitely be, you know, one instance of her doing that, you know, making some logo specifically to be put on a shirt. I'm hoping that maybe she can do something with the actual art logo and just do it in her art style with the watercolors. I think that'd be really cool. But I don't know if we can figure out something else, maybe even. I don't know. Maybe it's just me dressed up as a dog, and she does it like the normal way, but it's my face. How funny would that be? It'd still look like a beautiful work of art, but it'd be my silly face in a dog costume. I think it's funny because she normally does dogs, you know. Anyways, here we go. Let's begin. Is it loud enough? Can you hear it? Here, let me get it more up to the limiter. I want to make sure you can hear. Ooh, wrong keyboard, Domm. Just want to push it up a little bit. Alright, there we go. I think it's going to hit the limiter now. Okay, let me know if it sounds bad, but it should be fine. Let's push the gain up a little bit. Hey, Tyler's here. What's up, Tyler? You're here just in time. Have you ever seen Stanley Parable? It's kind of an older game, but I'm hoping some of you guys have not checked it out. I know Stella hasn't seen it. But how are you today, sir? So glad to see you. Oh, here's another good emote in here they added. Check this one out. Good fam! Just hanging out. Nice. Sounds good, dude. I haven't seen it yet. Sweet. I hope you enjoy it. It's very fun and silly. If you ever want me to make a decision at any point, please let me know. I will try to keep my eye on chat so that you guys can be a part of this. It's all about playing the same story over and over again and doing things slightly differently. So,
this is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day, every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
he was happy.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong.
Yeah, Niall knows
Shocked,
that, dude.
frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Alright, I have control of Stanley. Yeah, Charlotte, we were just talking about your art and stuff, because I just found out today, I kind of worked out how to get merch on the Streamlabs store, so I need to get a hold of you and talk to you about maybe doing something for a t-shirt for us. If you're still interested in something like that. And what's up, Nightwolf? Thanks for coming to hang out. He's awesome, yeah. I'll definitely contact you and we'll talk about it for sure. Yeah, you guys are just in time. Anybody who hasn't seen this before? So yeah, we're Stanley and we're just having a weird day at work. We stepped out of our office.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The meeting room. So all these offices. Offices.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, door on my left. More offices. Here's the meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Boss's office. This is how to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you, take it out past... Oh. Using slides to assure employee that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some bevel on all the text. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Yeah, no, I love the narrator's voice. It's so great. They did an announcer in Dota 2 with the same voice actor, like, and doing like in the Stanley Parable way. It was pretty awesome. Broom closet. Should I check this out? Oh, broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No, did he? Alright.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright, upstairs. Gotcha. Oh, Stranger Than Fiction. Yeah, I see what you're saying there, Trilla. Yeah, we don't have to follow the narrator at any point, so if you guys want me to do something different, just let me know. I think for the first run, I'll just go ahead and mostly follow what he's saying, unless you guys chime in. Boss's office, okay. Yeah, right, the narrator is awesome. Executive bathroom. Can't go in there, okay. Secretary's not here. What's this room? Can't go in there. Boss's room?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Don't follow.
Amazing.
Yeah, there you go.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Ah, I think you try that. Oh, the newly opened passageway. Where was that? Oh, right there. Whoa. What? What's going on here, dude? Oh, dark over there. I guess we got an elevator here. This looks pretty scary. Why would my boss have this? What's going on here? No, you got it. Wow. Wow.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, that's pretty sus. Yeah, it's a well, wow. Yeah, that's rather direct, right? Button. Button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
It's like
What
the Matrix.
horrible
It's the
secret
second
did
one.
this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Go, Stanley, go. Go, Stanley, go, Stanley, go. Button.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
What? My whole life is a lie.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to
Drink the coffee,
accept it
Ouija.
blindly?
And everything is fine. Return to your desk. Nothing to see here.
No.
Don't
He
worry.
refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Let's see how we do that. System power. Off. No, loading. Yeah, fight the system.
And a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Gotta let it open.
Stanley felt
We're
the
free!
cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
And he was happy. And it was good. There we go. That's the default happy path, I guess you might say. Alright, now we're back at our office.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
All the energy on your computers. Enter the vibe with the broom closet. Yeah, there you go. We can do something like that. Can you not follow from the beginning? What do you mean? Yeah, yeah, awesome. There's credits. Great stream. Yeah. End of the game right there. There we go. Yeah, you can not follow like anything he says if that's what you mean. So at any point, like not obey the narrator's commands. Yeah. I'll show you. Well, this is the first one, the most like basic one that they did give to you.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Or did he?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Look at these beautiful pictures.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Yeah, I love that.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Do I? Anyone want to chime in on that one? Do I follow or do I disobey? Nope. All right, here we go. Where are we now?
Stanley was so bad at
Let's take 'em
following
off.
directions, it's incredible he wasn't
This is the
5
exact
years
opposite of
ago.
the last time. Okay, what do we got here? Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off cargo lift, $5,000.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Death is bad? Yeah.
Please, stop
You can
trying
jump
to
off.
make
You want me to
every
jump off?
decision by yourself.
No.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Okay. I don't think we're going to give him a chance, though, right? He's closing doors on me, that bastard.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
I think we know where we're going.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood.
Oh.
Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh, sorry. Gotcha.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
I think I know what you're saying this time. Here we go.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours.
Yeah, totally
what
worth
would
it.
have made this game better?
I can't
What did
jump,
you want to
unfortunately.
see?
I can only walk off
Vehicles?
things.
Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Just give him some feedback.
There we go. A third option.
Oh.
This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before.
So do I
Go
take
ahead,
the third
Stanley.
option?
Take it for a spin.
Do we see what he's going with this? Hell no. Now we go. Which door then? On the left? Do you want to go to the one we were supposed to originally? Left? Okay, we got 2 for left. We're going left. Here we go. Oh. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
That says 1, 1. Let's see. I think we just have to push one of these numbers. I don't think we have any other choice here. So it looks like we're going with the 1. So that says 3. Looks like the majority is 1. Still says 3. How about we do 2 then? Meet in the middle there?
Oh, well, now this is useful. You didn't like it, but you didn't totally hate it either.
It's average.
You
There you go.
enjoyed it, perhaps is the correct term. It didn't cause you excruciating pain.
Yeah.
Big steps we've made here today, Stanley. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take
Nice.
a look.
What do we got here? Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. Oh. So now we have a leaderboard. Got good old Neil, Skid, Nacho. And then it's going to go to us all the way at the bottom or something. Did you know 21.3% of players skipped the intro sequence? Only the worst 3 of... Oh. You are objectively ranked 9,328 out of 9,328. That's funny. Alright, so where do we go now? A dead rat is offline. Middle door? Alright, we got 2 for middle.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Leaderboard? No? Alright, we're going for 1.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Yeah, I guess we're guinea pig now. I think he's just trying to make something that we
Course
like.
left towards danger. You click the
Okay.
button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very
Okay, what do we do,
meaningful
guys?
game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands
push
of
the
family
button.
life.
Let him
I
burn.
think the art world will really
Alright,
take
sounds like the
notice.
baby's gonna
But
burn.
of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me.
Yeah, poor baby.
I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
Someone
Let's
else's game?
see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Here we go. Get us into something better. Oh, Minecraft.
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had
Can't
absolutely
jump
nothing to
or
do
punch.
with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
Oh, it's doing it right there.
This will go here. No,
Here, and then... Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this stand.
Tyler, let's go.
Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own
dirt.
inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
Oh, thank you.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Okay. Get out of wood. I was thinking Minecraft too. That's funny. Totally called that.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
I have not. Funny, it's like definitely Minecraft.
No, this is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear.
Do I jump
something
down
that
there?
makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
Oh, I heard some bad guys. How's it possible a game in a game? Yeah, I think it was just probably a lot of more smoke and mirrors and, we could be aware of. It's just like a lot of like the map and everything was the same. The polygons are the same, but here's another game.
Yes, I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
See if I can put this on the toilet. Sitting on the toilet. There we go. I've played this game before. Right, yeah, Portal, let's go. Yeah, of course the narrator would love Portal because, yeah, he being in control and GLaDOS and everything.
Puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
And bloop.
Genius.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as for me, I've had enough. So, why don't you get cozy
Yeah,
in this room, and
when
if
you posted
have
that, I
any
was interested in
grand,
trying that out.
revolutionary ideas for the perfect video game, you can just sit there and let it ball up inside you for all eternity. I don't need your advice. I don't need your ratings.
Guess we're jumping
And I
in there.
certainly don't need the validation of a man.
Ooh. Whoa. Work in progress. Stanley Parable Alpha Test. Beta. Whoa. Yeah, the narrator needs us. Who else is gonna do what he says? Well, certainly not us, I guess. Well, where am I going? I guess I gotta go somewhere I can see, right? Over here. Oh, oh no, I fell! Scripted death? Oh. I'm in a hallway. 5, 10. An open door over there. You guys see enough? It's pretty dark. Let's see if I can brighten it up a little bit. They don't have anything like that. Darn it. Nope. Damn. Where are we going? Oh, this is where it started. I got all turned around. Let's try this hallway down here. Just brighten your monitor. Well, I wanted it to be brighter for you guys too. I don't think brightening my monitor would help. I trolling, gotcha. That's why I saw you smell like me now. She said, "I can't do dick." Yeah, I know it sucks. Like you can't see that well, but you know what? Maybe I can do something for you guys at least, because I want you guys to be able to see. I think I can do a filter, color correction, and then I can bring up the gamma a little bit, brightness. Not just gamma. Is that better? Enhance your codes. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that looks better for you guys for sure. You can see a lot more than I can. Okay. Hopefully that's not bad when we go into right areas. Let's see. Cool. Thanks, guys. Thanks for giving me the feedback. It's very blue. Start looking at that one. I can't see. What is chair? Must not be the way to go. Narrator, give me a little help. Oh.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Sounds like we made it to the end of one of them. There we go. We're probably going to start over. That's unsettling, right? Alright, and then we're back here. Alright, so what do you guys think?
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
And nope.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he
broom
entered the
closet
door on his left.
If we make it that far, I guess we can go right just because we want to see that break room again, right?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Ah, yes.
Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
Even to consider. There we go.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Do I? This is where we really went off the rails last time, but we jumped off the platform after we went through that door. So do we want to actually go? If you say broom closet, I think we need to go left if we want to do broom closet. Since we had 2 people that said broom closet. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, okay, trying to do broom closet. Here, we're going this way.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
So we're on Twitch now. Let me know we're good. Thank you. That looks interesting. Come back to that.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
For not
Stanley
getting
decided
fired.
to go
Talk
up
less.
to his boss's
The
office,
unbelievably amazing
hoping
work.
he might find an answer there.
Closet.
Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Yes, so many choices. I love it. Well, I really appreciate that, Stella. Glad to know that it's going smooth over there. I'm so happy that we've had so many stable streams ever since I, messed with those settings. It was so worth troubleshooting. Hanging out in the broom closet. Do a cheer for that. Yeah, but let's do
just do it! Make
dance
your
party?
dreams come true! Just
Dance party in here.
do it!
Alright. Hey, there you go. I haven't seen that emote in a while. Thanks, Stella. Alright, I guess we're done in the broom closet, huh? You going there again? Didn't say anything? Yeah, he's done with the broom closet. Can I take a broom out of here? No, can't pick up anything. Right, we don't have dance parties as much anymore either. I should probably make that one of the cards, right? That could be a good card. And oh yeah, there's still uses left on that coupon. If you do exclamation point coupon, like it says on the screen there, you can get a link to get a free pack from Street Loots. I still have like 8 uses on that, or maybe 7. I think 7 uses, yeah. So definitely get you some cards. Alright, let's see. Can we go back this way? No, now we're at the stairway. Okay, so here's another decision that we get.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I assume we're going to want to go down? Okay, it's a good start part to straightaway. You need a pack? Sweet. I'm glad that it gives me that information, like how many uses I have left and stuff. I can just pull that up. It's nice. And I can return cards. If you guys ever feel like a card didn't work, just let me know and I can return it right back to you. I will not hesitate to do
But
that.
Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
What?
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
I tried.
He thought to
I clicked
himself,
all over that.
I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
Yeah.
So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh, oh.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up.
No.
How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh. Real.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh, Mariella.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that
crazy
moment,
people
she
look
thought
like.
to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day.
It's
The
like the
very
narrator just
important
keeps
people
kicking Stanley
whose
too.
impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
This is pretty good, like, writing and everything. I like it. Okay, yeah, Stella, yeah, I can return that to you and you can break it down. Yeah, I can do that. You got it. I can probably do that really quick. I like that last ending. That was a pretty good one. There you go. I gave that back to you. Now you can break it down for materials. Alright, here we go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You're welcome.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it
Touching
advance
every
the
little
story
thing.
in any way.
It's not very good for COVID, you know. Just going around touching everybody's like
When
phone,
Stanley came to a set
keyboards.
of 2 open doors, he entered the
Yeah,
door
desk
on his
420,
left.
please. All right, so with door on my right, then we're gonna go. We're gonna do something different. Is there something that somebody wants? Maybe I should ask that. Is there anybody have any ideas of what we should do this time? We could go down that elevator that had the red button that we had found last time. We could go and not jump off that platform down to that catwalk and see where that platform takes us. Those are 2 options we know. Go down the elevator with the one with the red button. Okay. Got it.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he
did.
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I love
The
that.
lounge was sublime,
Gilmore
a
says
work
such
of art.
low latency for
What was
asking
it about
questions for
this
games like
room
this.
that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace, its subtle charm. No. Stanley knew it was something deeper, something darker. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Here we go.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Here we go. Deviating.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Looks like that's the only option I got. Here we go.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Gotcha.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh, look, it's familiar.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here
Sounds
yet.
good
This
stuff.
is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Well, that was a quick ending, huh? There we go. You might still actually be going on the timeline. Some of them do that.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Any suggestions for this time around? I'll find the restroom.
When Stanley...
I'm not sure where it
Wait.
is. Oh,
Wait,
here we go.
what?
It wasn't over.
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Or did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Yeah.
It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then.
It's an adventure.
Ooh.
Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Let's go down this one, I guess. That sounds good, Tyler. Thanks for hanging out, man. Have a good night. It's a maze. Oh. Okay.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, it's probably just a memo. Oh, oh. Sometimes when I do these flick turns, it's like there's a little bit farther than I think. Oh. Uh-oh.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
All right, fair enough. Gotta, try to get into 420.
Aha!
Oh, here we go.
I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Okay. Well, this doesn't look right.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
did
feel right
it.
about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Here we go. That might, maybe that's the other one? I don't think so. There's a line. Yeah, the adventure line. Here you go. I've seen this one.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Sounds simple enough. Check on my computers. Oh, we're going a little bit different this time. Solitaire.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
But
Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we
this.
end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Cut the music.
Oh.
Go back and look at that fern.
Ooh, what fern? Check that fern out.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
That's a beautiful fern. A lighter, you want to set it on fire? I haven't seen that one. That's cool. That's a nice fern.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No.
What?
Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Oh, Becky.
No, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through...
The corrupted one there.
Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Alright, here we go. The dang it, adventure line. Alright, here we go.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay. That was an office number, but it's a hallway. Okay.
Now,
Welcome to my office.
this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Got dragons and magic and knights and...
Oh, no, not
mages.
you again.
Oh.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just
All right.
don't acknowledge it.
I
We
can
should be
remember that.
fine.
Anyway, so about the dragons and the orcs and the goblins and all that good stuff. That's what our story should be.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay,
All right.
so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means
Strafing.
that somewhere at the
Strafing.
place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask,
Yeah.
will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic.
Counter
Come,
reverse, like
Stanley,
a double negative.
Our destiny awaits.
Counter reverse clockwise. Alright, or reverse counterclockwise. Not clockwise, reverse counterclockwise. Alright? Yeah, like two negatives make a positive, right? Isn't the right door the right door? It's always the right door. But is it always the right door? That we don't know. It's a funny thing. Oh, both
what's
doors led
this?
here.
The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really
After
how
a long
all this
time,
goes?
Stanley dies.
It's all determined?
There's no office.
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again.
Wander in the
Then what?
blackness, find a
Am I just
bookstore,
supposed to
get bored
forget?
and leave. Narrator
Well, what if I
restarts
don't
the
want to
game.
forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing.
The office
wall.
has begun to deteriorate.
Well,
Attempt to make
who
up the
consulted
story
me?
here.
Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
No.
And the timer stopped? Does that mean...
It's no longer the
Did we
confusion.
do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
Send help.
So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Whoa. A little bit of a jump scare there. So, are we on another playthrough or not?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, it looks like we're on a new one.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
All right,
doors,
what do we got?
He entered the door on his left.
I know we got, if we go right, we can get on that platform and not jump off onto the catwalk. So maybe we'll do that one next. I can't think of any more off the top of my head. Although I know there are a few more. Oh yeah, there's that escape. When we were going to the mind control facility, we could have went left into the thing that said escape. So that's another decision we can make. Or we can turn the mind control machine on instead of off. Any takers on any of those? Take me a swig of water here. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and do the platform one and not fall off.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to
I'll
admire
talk
it.
to you. No problem. I don't want you to feel.
Standing now in
you
this
have to.
incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again. Then it came back, and lingered for a minute or two. Now it's only half there. Just a kind of, tingle.
First time painting in
Eager to
weeks?
get
Well,
back
that's
to
awesome,
business,
I guess.
Stanley took
Glad
the
you're painting
first
now.
open door on his left.
And definitely not doing that.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's
What are you
incredible
painting?
he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, platform.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing in your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has
okay.
been about
Right on.
nothing but you all
I can't
this
wait to see that.
time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Oh, for her.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Oh.
She's been waiting.
Where is she? What?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Alright.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha.
She's
Oh,
not
come
real.
on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What? Morning play 427. Press Z on your keyboard. Okay.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Press 5.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Press Z.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Press 0 to watch TV. Okay. Or O, I guess.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
TV's gone.
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Please press R to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Press U to prepare dinner. Okay.
As he wandered through this fantasy world,
No, not my
he
kitchen.
began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Press T to tell your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Please press M to tell your wife you love her. It tells me again I love her.
But there is no answer.
No.
How could there possibly be?
She's gone.
In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Press 4 to go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Please press Z to be at work in the morning. But he told me not to do it, so does that mean I do it, or what? Give it a moment. I think I gotta do it. All right, here we go.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press K to question nothing. I
suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
Maybe.
And I tried again.
Please
and
die.
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I...
Nope, there we go. Die, I guess. Stop killing yourself, Stanley! Stanley! Okay, I think that was one ending, so we got that one. Now we can go through that escape.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I will go left. Yeah, we'll go left. Hey, what's up, Splurgus? How you doing, man? How is the code and stuff going, man? And have you ever seen Stanley Parable?
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it right on, yeah.
Wave of
It's a good one.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Look at that, guys. That's so funny. He's so sick of the goddamn broom closet. Oh, it's bleeping out the website. You might just put the name without the .com or something. Everyone straight to the point site. Nice, cool, and that's helping out. Oh, cool. Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Is that just like documentation then? Maybe. Yes, that's so funny. He's like, "You're not going in there, damn it!" But I wanna. I love the broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
There we go. Okay, now in the boss's office.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
But of course.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Sheer
Amazing.
luck.
He stepped into the
Love
newly
that.
opened passageway.
Nice, that's cool, Splurgus. That sounds like a great place to go for that stuff. Right on. It's a good place to reference whenever you're in a pinch or whatever. You gotta figure something out. Alright, now we're going down. Down, 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 down. We got quite a few endings. I don't know how many there are, to be honest with that. Maybe I should look that up. At this time, we got that escape route. We can
Stanley
go
walked
do.
straight ahead through the large door that
There are
read
19
Mind Control
endings.
Facility.
Escape. Try escaping.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Violent death?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Yes, I could.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yes. I guess we're going. Falling a long way.
machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
No!
Farewell,
No!
Stanley.
No! I don't want to accept it, no! No!
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh. But that's not what happened.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Oh,
When
look at
every
this.
path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
The two doors. The set of two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room is created, the rest of the game emerges an extension of it. Exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Office computers. Ah, yes, the buttons. So here's some credits. I like how they put it on like some like marble slabs. Ah, yes, the maintenance room. Beautiful. Warzone. I haven't done that one yet. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on the battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that this was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpret it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Okay. What is this? Narrator emails. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these in further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a selection of those emails. How is the game going? I hope it is as good or better than the first one. From a cool man. Okay. Apartment timer. I don't think I've done that one. I guess some of these aren't in there. One option, first choice, obey, disobey, learn. After two doors, always two maintenance. The vent? There's a vent in the lounge? Okay, I don't think I've done that one. Like somewhere in the lounge, I have to remember the vent. Zending model. The Zending went through many... Oh, is Zending one of the endings? Many iterations. This room represents the fourth version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it again shortly before launch. Zending levers. Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one released May 2012. Don't see anything. Countdown desk. Looks like I'm a little bit lost in here. That was a firm. Okay. Well, figured out where I am. Mind control. What's this one? Narration outtakes. Kevin Brighting, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over 2 years of development. These are clips of early takes that were not used in the final game.
The other one, then.
It's hard to hear him. We gotta get in the right spot. Interesting. Guess we can go to the exit now. I don't know if there's much more in here.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two.
Back
you can
here.
Stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time
No! I let time choose for me. Yes, I did. What do I have to click or something? See if it's loading another playthrough. Maybe I have to escape and I do have to like do what she said. Crunch, right? Game is now paused. Okay, maybe I do have to listen to her then. Begin the game again. She said to quit, but should I do begin the game again? Because that almost makes more sense to me in the way that the game is structured. Yeah, begin again? Okay. Beginning game. Got it. There it is. Okay, I have a flowchart here so we can try to get through all of them. Now that we've kind of gotten through all the obvious ones. Well, I guess there's another obvious one where we can turn on the mind control, right? We haven't done that yet. Type face punch for a texture change? Should I try that? Speedrun, see. Face punch.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited.
Face
Hours
punch studios. Is that what
passed,
they're called? I
then
didn't realize
days.
that.
Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come.
Nice.
Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
I think that was the reluctant ending. And the face punch texture change is just something that you can do, I guess. I'm gonna do it again just so we can go through more of it this time. I'll actually leave. And then I'll do face punch. There we go. Whoa. Just retextures everything with that one picture.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
That's so trippy. Whoa.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
So trippy.
he entered the door
I'm
on
gonna
his
turn it off.
left.
I assume I can do it like that. Okay, cool. Okay, let's see what else we got. Oh, there's the other ones you can do right at the start. Oh, I need to do all the waiting inputs. I haven't done those all yet, apparently. Start sometimes blue office, open door, whiteboard. So serious. Launch options, dash console, SV cheats 1. What's that one? Console command. Options. Is it in here? Extra. Maybe it's only when I'm in the very start, because it says that's coming right off of start, so I'll have to try that next time around, maybe. Door. Window at 434. Climb out. Are you? Oh, you can climb out a window? Okay, well, I'm at the door choice, so here we go. We got. We're not hallway. Staircase, insane ending. We've done that. If we go up, you can do the escape pod. We've done. We just did that last time. Did the museum. We've done life. Secret disco. How do we do that one? Wait before going up in display room and press light bulb button. Well, that's pretty cool. We can do that one on our way to the bomb. Let's do that one. So we're gonna go left.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Staircase we go up, because if we
Coming
go down
to
we
a
always do the
staircase,
insane ending.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, so if we go in our boss's office.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour.
What are you talking about?
When
You
at
making
last
shit
he
up.
began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845. Statistically, nearly impossible to guess blindly, ever.
Says we can leave this room. One of the endings lets me get back out of here and go in an escape pod or something?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
It says boss, and then there's one ending that says escape pod, so you can, from here, get to an ending.
2845.
Maybe it's after I hit the key code. 2845. Oops, shit, I fucked it up.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, what
You don't even have to get it right, that's funny. Okay, interesting. There's an escape pod from here, I guess. To read more about that ending, apparently. Yeah, and Stanley got the hell on with the story. He's just tired of freaking being here, dude. Can you guys see anything back here? Let me see. You guys have brightness turned up. There's something here. I can go back here. Oh, I'm stuck now, okay. Alright, nothing of importance back there. Back down. Escape pod ending. We have to look that one up. So now we're gonna go and we're gonna turn the power on. But we're gonna do the secret disco first. Secret disco.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Well, that he did. And we gotta click this.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Then I think I just pushed this button again. What? It says wait before going up in display room and press light bulb button. Before going up. Maybe there's another light bulb button?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
So before going up in the display room, is this not the display room? What does it mean going up, I guess? Maybe this isn't the display room.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yeah, I think I must have missed it. It must have been back there.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Yeah, for all. Big blue monitor over there. Console to sync. Okay. Oh, hey, what's up, Bone? Sorry if I missed your chat there. I was in another tab. How you doing, dude? How was your stream today? Did you get lucky and get another shiny already, huh? That'd be pretty crazy, wouldn't it? I'd love that. Alright, we're turning the power on this time.
The source of the room's power. He knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Put an end to it by turning it on.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand...
Stream was fun. Awesome, dude. Glad to hear it, man.
Can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes.
Yeah,
This is making
whatever
things
I
a little
say.
more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
Isn't there 5? I got 5 over
What's
here.
that?
Let's see what happens.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die
Not do
anyway.
anything?
I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I
Sparking.
tell it,
Oh, no,
I
I
simply
can't get
let
to
you
that door.
sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds.
Put some extra time on the
doesn't
clock.
grow on trees.
But yeah, there you go, whatever.
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten?
No.
Won? Solved? Do you have any
This
idea
game's
what
fire.
your
Oh, I love it,
purpose in
man.
this
It's
place is?
great. I think that some of the people who haven't seen it before have been enjoying it so far. Have you ever seen a bone?
Disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble.
Damn your
This is my
narrator!
challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
No. Stanley! I believe you have. Oh, okay. Do you know about the game at all? It's like a game where you keep playing the same like small story and you just keep going through different branches, and it's all about like whether you're listening to the narrator or not in a lot of the situations and stuff. So it's pretty interesting and a lot of fun. A narrator does such a good job. But I've gone through quite a few endings now, so I'm trying to get through the ones that aren't like obvious or whatever. So this one, I'm gonna go into the options. Okay, hold on. It says start, and then I can go to launch options, console CV cheats 1, and then it says it leads to like a serious little thing, extra thing. I don't know how to. There's no console in here, so I have to do that at the launch console. Alright, I guess we can't do that. Whiteboard. Okay, can't do that one in here. Okay, no, we're good. We don't want the reluctant ending, so we'll get out. Window at 434.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
That's interesting. It says window at 434. I'm supposed to be able to climb out, and then I can either say yes or no. And it says song or voiceover. I feel like I would have passed 434 already with all the numbers. Hold up. So we got 36 to 31. Yeah, 34. Window at 434. There's not really a window at 434. Is it this window?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story.
Well, it
in
doesn't
any
say it's an
way.
ending, so I guess I'm not going to worry about it too much. I just wanted to see if we can find some more content, you know? Okay, let's see. The first big choice is the 2 doors. We'll start there and find another one. This escape pod one I was looking at last time. Maybe we'll try that one.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
So, like, for
doors,
example, Bowen,
he
this is the
entered
first
door
big
on his
decision.
left.
Where it says he enters the door on his left. You can go left or right here, and this is where the big branch is. The first one. So if we go left, like he says, then we can go to the staircase, and then we'll go up the staircase to the boss's room, and then I can back out of the boss's room, I guess, before the doors close, and then I can go to an escape pod. Let me read up on it real quick. So the narrator until you reach the boss's office. Quickly enter and leave the boss's office, making sure the doors are closed. All doors behind you will be open, including the executive bathroom. Go back towards Stanley's office. A door will be open right in front of his office. If you go back to your office and close the door, you cannot reopen the door again. Upon entering the door, you'll be teleported to a long staircase after you go... Well, I would not have thought to do this. Okay, so we're going all the way over our boss's office. We're going to quickly enter and leave the boss's office. That's a major thing here. So, going left.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
If you go into the broom closet on too many of the runs, he gets really upset with you and just like starts boarding it up so you can't go in the broom closet anymore. He's getting irritated with the fact that you're doing
Coming
that.
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright, boss's office. What we do is we enter and leave. Okay, we got up.
Stepping.
There we go. Got it. So now all these doors. Is this door open? Oh, there we go. Take you to the bathroom. Money in the morning, money evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. Just a nice bathroom, dude. I appreciate that they took the time to model that. Alright, now we go back towards my office. Pull that description up again, make sure I get this. The door will be open right in front of his office. Oh, there we go, yeah. 428. Okay, I think we can go from here. There we go. You are now leaving. Escape pod bay. Doors 760. Okay. Yeah, keep going. Okay. Gotta go to the top of the mothership, apparently. What floor was I on? 58? I think it was 760 I need to get to. There we go. Escape pod launch bay. Get to the escape pod! I can't see anything. Gotta back into it. Okay. Okay, we're loading. Alright. This is a little bit different. Okay. Is there any... No, it just says escape pod.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
I guess, was that a restarting? I
Feeling
felt like
a
the
wave
intro
of
was like really
disbelief,
short
Stanley
there.
decided to go up to his
walkway.
boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let me read a little bit more about that ending, make sure I did trigger the whole thing. If you go so far enough, you'll be signed. Warning, narrator and Stanley need to persist. Wait, I'm confused here. Let me read this one more time. So a door will open right in front of his office. If you go back to your office and close the door, you cannot door again. Upon entering the door, which is what we did, you'll be teleported to a long staircase. After you go far enough, there will be a sign warning you that both the narrator and Stanley need to present in order for escape sequence to play out as intended. Okay, narrator was disabled earlier on, so the game restarts instead. That's the ending. So we did reach the ending. Okay. It just wasn't as clear. Okay, we got escape pod. We got museum bomb, life. So we did everything we can do with the staircase. So now we need to go to the right. Back there. Okay, well, we're already going this way, so we're gonna have to do one of the other ones that we've already done. Maybe we can try to do that secret disco thing again. So what's the next one we need to do? We've done the confusion one. Okay, we can go back to that phone one. Instead of answering the phone, I could have unplugged it. So we can do that one. Cargo. Down, death. Oh, I could kill myself off the cargo thing. I don't have to land on the catwalk. That's an ending. Jump on catwalk. Red. That goes to space. And we did the games one. Okay, yeah, we're almost done, actually. Wow, this is going to be just about 2 hours. Interesting. But there was another one that I thought things interesting. If you actually play the baby game for 4 hours, it says one of these things says play for 4 hours, you get the art ending. I'm not going to get the art ending, but let me read a little bit about that. You know, the burn the baby game, if you guys remember that one that he did earlier. Sorry you weren't here for it, Bullen, but we did a run where we didn't do anything he said, so then he started like trying to change the game and to make us do what he wanted us to do, and we still didn't do it. That's pretty funny. At one point he has like this baby picture of a baby on a stick just slowly going into a fire, and I have a single button that can save the baby, and I just don't push it, and he's just like, damn it. So the art ending is, what you would do to get the game's ending. However, when you get to the baby game, play it for 2 hours. A puppy will open, doubling the difficulty and forcing you to take care of both the baby and the puppy. Play for another 2 hours, and the essence of divine art will talk to you. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. Man, I'm not going to sit here for 4 hours and do that, but that is so funny. I love how they programmed that in there. They bothered, you know? Okay, so what we're doing right now is we're going to try to get that disco thing again, but we're just going to go for the life ending, the first one.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Sorry, 1 second. Okay, here we go.
In such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
I'm going to try to look up the disco thing on this wiki page. It's called Secret Disco. That's only on the flow chart. Does it say secret disco? Okay, I have no idea how to trigger it then, so that's unfortunate. Well, I mean, I'll try again, but I don't know what I'll do differently this time. What it says is wait before going up. So at the catwalk part, after the keypad, wait before going up in display room and press light bulb button.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
This is the display room. I'm supposed to wait before going up and hit the light bulb button. This is the only light bulb button. Do I need to just like pause here? Let's hit it.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Try to push it again, but nothing's happening. And if I go past this, it'll close on me. Hypo button? Is this thing lying to me? Open, it's open, it's open. As soon as I pass this, it's gonna close. Oh no, it's still open. I haven't pushed this button yet, probably. Now if I go back? Sorry, I know this might seem dumb. Yeah, that didn't work. You never know with this game. Alright, hit that button, and yeah, see it
Now
closes.
the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
It cannot be!
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy
So
with
this
his
is when we go
boring job?
up.
That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I thought, well, maybe it means this button, because this is when we go up in the display room. So go for this button. Nothing. Can't go back. I don't see a light bulb button, so yeah, I don't know what that thing's talking about.
No.
Got me all excited about a
He
secret
refused
disco.
to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Danger, electric
For
shock.
he would dismantle the controls once and blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the
pausing it.
machine.
To let it go.
Unshackled himself from
So the
someone
next
else's
one we're gonna do is the
command.
phone one.
Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
There's
had
two more
his
we gotta do.
co-workers gone?
Gotta do the
How
phone one,
had
we
he
gotta
been
unplug the
freed
phone,
from
and then we gotta
machine's
kill
grasp?
ourselves off the
What
cargo.
other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight
We'll have
streamed
time.
into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal
gotten
had
13
not
of
been
the
to
endings.
understand.
I don't know how it says there's 19, because they're not all on this
No
flowchart.
longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
This ending is called Life.
And Stanley was happy.
And he was happy, and it was good. And it was good. Okay, we're gonna go to the right door, and then we're gonna go through the hallway past
All
the
of his
door on the
co-workers
left.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
Right.
doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
He never found
Perhaps
that
he wanted
memo.
to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room? I mean, truly, truly, deeply, madly love.
It's so funny that they recorded so many versions of you going to this room.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Stanley was so bad at following
We'll do the killing
directions, it's
ourselves one
incredible
first,
he
real quick.
wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing... But in his eagerness to prove
There
that
we
he
go.
is in control of the story and no one
In
gets to
control.
tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Oh, yeah. I'm very powerful. I'm in control, most of all. I'm going to switch to standing really quick. Until my body is tired of sitting down. Okay, a little stretch here. Pavement pizza. Yeah, there you go. Yep, yeah, Slimer blends in, yep. He's green. Anything that's even remotely green get blocked out because my lighting is not that even.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing?
Oh, laugh and laugh. Going to the right.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew
I'm
it
almost
perfectly
sleepy
well.
today.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh, yes, the
The lounge
lounge.
was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic. Like a combination of a much smaller version and a much larger version of this exact room. It all made Stanley uncomfortable, and he started to bleed a little. This made him smile. At last, proof that he was human.
That's funny.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
So now you ride this.
Look, Stanley, I think
maintenance?
perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your
Cargo
enemy,
upwards.
really,
Yeah, it's a
I'm not.
phone. Okay.
I realize that investing your trust in someone
Instead
else
of
can
answering,
be
we
difficult,
unplug it.
but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please,
Don't you talk about
stop
her,
trying to
Mary.
make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Don't you dare.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to... Oh, no, you can't... Did you just unplug the phone?
Yep.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits.
I think that's how it works.
Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house.
Okay.
Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
A back, sack, and crack? Practice.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Now, is it 4:30? I'm late to get a back, sack, and crack, apparently. This way, it's got gates on everything. But not right. But that's not how this works. I need to get to this ending this way.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all.
That'd be a horrible story.
We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
There's like nerve to everything. Oh yes, back to the breaker.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Oh, perfect.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I guess I'm gonna have to follow it. Let me get the proper way to get this ending is. Let's make sure I don't screw it up. Oh, what was this one called? That was choice, right? Wait, what? Retweet order. Sorry, I'm trying to find the description of this ending. I don't know if they're called the same thing. Oh yeah, here's the table of contents. This will help me. Sorry. Right door endings. It must be Zending. Is this the Zending one that we're doing? Go on the right. Go into the where. Let's do a lift. Oh, jump onto the catwalk. That's not the right one. Red door, you will be transported to a starry dome. Jump up the stairs several more times while the narrator begs you not to do so. You will die, making the game screen fade to black. You restart. Okay. Don't think that's one that we're looking for. Oh, here it is. It's called the Not Stanley ending, the Real Person ending, and the Choice ending. Okay. Do we do the phone ending? But instead of answering the phone, crouch next to the outlet and unplug the phone. Taking the door on the right door will prompt further narrative contradiction, and when you enter the left door, the meeting room will have been distorted. Okay, I'm gonna go, so it doesn't really matter which one I take. Okay, that makes sense.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Broom closet. What? But I can't. What?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, screen.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this.
Gun to a panda's head?
What
What the hell?
receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shark 115. Does it really need my mic? I don't know if my mic's set up right now. If it's doing that.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
I'm trying to. I don't think my mic's plugged in right now. Let me plug in my mic. Maybe it must actually be looking for it.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Alright, I plugged it in, but I don't know if it's going to receive it.
You're
Oh,
not
there
going
you
to
go.
do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly
Oh, you
decide
probably
you
missed,
have better things
missed
to
a
do.
lot still.
I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself,
God,
you
so mad.
coward.
I guess you're not supposed to be able to say anything, right?
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So the ending that we're going for right now is called the choice ending. So what we did is we went through on that platform that we jumped on the catwalk earlier, and instead of jumping on the catwalk, we went up, and then it presents us with a phone, where last time I answered the phone, and it was like my wife or whatever, this was a trippy thing with my wife, but instead this time I unplugged the phone, and then so it had me start the game again, but it gave me like rails, or it had me like go backwards and then try to finish on rails, and then it got me there. So the whole boss's room was different, so that was interesting. And so now we're still in that ending, and I'm trying to make sure I kind of explore it to its fullest, because we don't have too many endings left. I think this is actually the last one, pretty much. And the ability to open the background. Instead, the keypad to access Microsoft Study. Voice box, which you must speak the password. The player can't do so because Stanley is silent in the game. Does not include access to your microphone. Okay. Okay, so I just need to go in the room on the right.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
And that's still going to be messed up? Okay, well then I must do something different this time. Oh, now it's all wrecked. Whoa,
Ruined.
look at that.
I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the
Drama
answer?
Queen,
What
right?
do
Yeah,
I
flustered
do?
once?
What
Yeah,
do I
for sure.
do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to.
His delivery just totally sells it all, doesn't it? Shutting the game down. Whoa, what the hell's happened?
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here.
Is that blood
Here in this
everywhere?
pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh,
I'm no child.
my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard.
It's just pitching and pitching about
When
it.
Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I don't get to be Stanley. Oh, Stanley.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me?
There we go.
Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine.
This is a good last one. I'm glad I got this one
We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please.
Stanley!
Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there?
He's just a freaking body standing there.
Okay, I can wait.
Stanley, are you there?
You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
was one more. There may have been one more thing we can do if I get to the secretary's computer and click on it. Because then I think maybe I can do
All
something on
of his
Stanley's
co-workers were
computer.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh yes, you've got
No
to the
matter
end of the
how
game. I think
hard
that's what
Stanley
they'll say that
looked,
now.
he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. But there's like a little side extra thing you can get at the beginning, I think, if you get all the awaiting
Stanley
input
came to a set of two open doors.
computers. So
He
I'm going to try to
entered
do
the
that
door on
really
his
quick,
left.
and then I think I'll probably call the stream after that. So I think the only computer I haven't gotten, because I totally
Yet
forgot
there was
about it,
not
was
a
the
single
secretary's
person
computer,
here
I think is the
either.
one I need to do.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Let me see, there's still just 2 more bars, though. Let's see, I think the page told me which ones to go to. I got boss's assistant's desk. This one I just got. There's one in 434. There's one. I think I already got 419, 423. I guess I didn't get 434. I've definitely looked at the computer plenty of times. Maybe next time around, since I did this one this time, it'll be there. Okay, so now I just need to get to an ending real quick.
Okay, I think we all know the
Fastest
drill by
one.
now.
Oh,
Blah,
cool.
blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
Ah, thank you. Nice. Still got more content. Go down here. Guess I'll just do the life one again. And then hopefully I can hit that other desk and then go back to Stanley's desk, or we might have to keep doing another ending to get it to get to Stanley's office again.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Gosh, I gotta wait for this part again too. Click.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Freedom meant nothing.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
To the world.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All
To
of
this
it
point, I wish I
monitored
could
and
fast forward some
commanded
of these.
from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery...
Yeah, like the narrator is controlling him, though, right? Yeah. It's probably part of like the whole overall message, I guess. Is that like I guess you're out, everything that's around you is influencing your decisions or something?
Was it over?
Even the moment you think that you're like making a decision for yourself, you're still being
He had
influenced
defeated the machine.
to make that decision
Unshackled
in
himself
some way,
from
maybe.
Someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
I mean, if you think about it, like the fact that they have like all these endings that are
How had he been
meant
freed
for
from
you
the
to
machine's
not
grasp?
do what the narrator said. It's like that's also a method of control. It's like reverse psychology in a way,
As
you know?
sunlight streamed into the
Because they know you're gonna do it.
He realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy. And it was good.
Alright, then we start on over. And Stanley's is not waiting input yet. Okay, so I think still need to go to
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
434.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
Okay,
he
yeah,
had
that was
simply
a
missed a
waiting
memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he
There we
couldn't find
go.
a
Got it.
trace of his co-workers.
Now we gotta go through an entire new ending. I can't go back in my own office. No, because it says here the last one is Stanley's desk. Alright, we gotta go through that one more time. Actually, the fastest ending might be killing myself. Let me try that.
When Stanley came to a set of two open, this was not the correct way
Oh, that
to
was
the
the same
meeting
as the
room,
first ending.
and
Yeah, I'm
Stanley
trying to
knew
get to the
perfectly
fastest
well.
ending because the
Perhaps
things
they
I'm trying to
wanted stop
trigger
by
aren't
the employee
endings
lounge
anymore. The
first,
things that
just to
extra things
admire it.
before the ending. So I'm just gonna clean
And
up
here it
and make sure
was,
that we see as
the
much content
lounge.
as I'm able to show.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
So yeah, I've had to do that ending like 3 times now
Stanley
because
was so
I'm just
bad
trying to
at
trigger
following
stuff.
directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, and then I just drop down here, and that should be the fastest ending, I think.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do,
I had to
Stanley
get to
left from
the
platform
secretary's
and
desk to
plunged
click the
his
thing on her
death.
desk
Good
in
job,
order to get the
Stanley.
other one to click,
Everyone
and then
thinks you
now
are
I
very
think
powerful.
Stanley's desk should have something to click, and then I get this thing called Heaven. Yeah, here we go. See, now Stanley's desk says what you can put. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. There are so many buttons. Is this button heaven? I can put all the buttons. Buttons. That's what they're saying. It's funny. The reward for clicking all the buttons is more buttons. Buttons. Okay, I don't know if there's anything else to this. You gotta click all the buttons for the real ending. Yeah, right. Think about it for the night. That was a good game. Alright, sounds good, Charlotte. Thanks for hanging out. I'm glad you appreciated it. Oh, it looks like they're turning it back on slowly. Yeah, I guess that's probably the whole button ending, isn't it? Let me just check it out, just make sure. Maybe it's not an ending as much as it's just like an extra thing. Yeah, heaven, and they did call it an ending here. There are 432 buttons that move around, and the choir says push the buttons. And that's it. Nothing else here about it. Alright, cool. I guess we've seen as much as I can show. The other thing requires me to play the game for 4 hours and do just one thing for 4 hours, so I think we're good on that one. It was really fun. Yeah, it definitely was a lot of fun. Thank you for hanging out, Charlotte. We're so glad to have you around. Alright, well. Enough with the buttons, huh? That was awesome, though. Worth getting all those buttons. I'll just go ahead and hit begin the game again for now. No, let's go ahead and quit doing it. We're good. There we go. Then we go get a little music going. All right, that's it for tonight. You liked it? Nice. I'm glad you liked it. That's great. And yeah, and don't forget to check out the Discord. We got that poll up. I think we've only got a couple votes in there, so definitely anybody who hasn't voted yet, go check out those trailers and let me know which out of those games you want to play. And if you see any story games out there, I want to remind everybody again, please paste them in stream ideas if you think it's something that would be cool. For Storytime Tuesday, please definitely post those. I would love to add them to the list so we can vote on them. So tomorrow we should be doing some Raft with Lemur and Moth. I believe they said they were cool with that. So yeah, look forward to that. Another multi-cam stream. All three of us should be up on the screen, so that'll be cool. Then Thursday, I might actually just do something different for Automation Thursday this week, just because I took the day off and it's like next to my birthday. So maybe I'll just end up playing one of my birthday games that day instead, and just give the mods more time to kind of figure out with Satisfactory anyways, you know what I mean? So I do something a little bit like that. Yeah, new base builder. Yeah, there you go. I think it'll be great. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Glad you're excited, Lemur. Yeah, and then on Friday it'll be Pokemon Snap midday. So hopefully you guys will be able to work and lurk or whatever you got going on Friday. And then it'll be near Replicants that evening. That'll be just a game I bought for myself for my birthday. But I'm going to try to get through Near Replicant on Fridays now. I mean, unless nobody wants to come and hang out and watch that, then I'll probably end up switching to something else. But that's kind of the plan for now. So it's a cool game, so hopefully you guys will enjoy it. And yeah, so that's the plan for this week. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed the Stanley Parable. I've really wanted to show you guys this game, so I'm glad that people turned up, had a good time. So, but yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow for some Raft. Same time, same place. See you then. Have a good night.